and we were moving until we weren't moving anymore. So we've clearly caused an issue here. Alright guys, it's time to own up for a mistake that I did last night. I did something dumb, right? Something real dumb. And I was in such a panic that I don't actually have videos or pictures of what I did that was dumb. But don't worry, you'll be able to recognize what I did that was dumb. First off, you're inside my vehicle last night. I was so stressed out after everything was done. I went straight in the house. I didn't even roll the windows up. I left everything down. It didn't even matter at that point. So let me tell you a little story. So our race trailer over here is loaded down with our custom auto upholstery tools. We've been working with a shop on knocking out some really awesome custom upholstery projects, sending them all over the country. And so we loaded down the trailer with like our industrial sewing machines and things like that, so we could take it to their shop and work on things, I mean, directly right there on the car while everything else is happening. But there comes a time when you need your tools back at your shop to work on projects, right? This is loaded down with all of my good tools, all the tools we use for racing and all the tools we use for, you know, auto upholstery. And then we're in the springtime now, right? So I'm going to want to travel, and this is what we use to travel in, because, you know, it has a whole sleeper up here and then the trailer where we can put bikes, kayaks, cars, whatever we want when we travel. So this is the entrance to my humble abode. You see these trees on each side of my driveway? You know, trees there and trees there. That means that my truck and trailer do not pull into this driveway. They don't fit into this driveway. So if we come down this way, I have a second driveway. So as we come over here, you can see my second driveway. My property used to have a horseshoe driveway, and part of that ran around where you can see my trailer now. Now as I pulled into the house yesterday, it was dark, about an hour after dark, and there's a car behind me. And the car wouldn't go around me. No matter how long I left my four-ways on and tried to wave this car around me, it won't go around me. And if you see, I am at the top of a hill. You see the hill right there? It's not an ideal place to be. Not an ideal place to be stopped. So I went for it and I turned in. But I was a little too close to that tree, as you can see by my tire tracks with the trailer. So I went just a little bit wider. Just a little bit too wide. That's how wide I went. As you can see, I slid off the edge. And my two-wheel drive dually sunk deep into the mud. I'm talking deep. For my two-wheel drive, street-driven dually, it should not go that deep in the mud. Now to make the situation worse, the rear end of the trailer was sitting out in the road. The rear end of the trailer was like, you know, covering a third of the road. Now this is the middle of the night. Not even the middle of the night. This is the evening time. People are getting off work, and our road likes to get used to go around the town, right? So the town we're in is kind of long shaped, so people like to come out into the country like frequently and use this road. I don't know why I live in the country and I have to deal with traffic all the time. If you look on the side of our trailer in the rear, there aren't really any lights. There's one little marker light right there. See it? That's it. These are work lights that get turned on from the inside, but you have to have the generator on to be plugged in for this light. This one will run off the battery, but the batteries are low because the trailer's been sitting. There's no other lights. I mean, we have lights on the back. There's lights down here. There's lights all across the back. But it was the side of the trailer sitting in the road. So I went into panic mode, right? My truck's stuck. And the trailer's in the road. Nobody can see it. And they're flying up on it at 60 miles an hour. And I've literally, the tree next to the driveway right there, this tree, big branches have fallen out of that in the middle of like heavy storms. And people just smoke them at like 60 miles an hour. Don't slow down, nothing. They don't pay attention going on this road. They're idiots. Just smoked it, okay? So I go into panic mode. I go out there with my phone and our flashlight, whatever I can grab, and I start flicking lights, trying to get people to slow down. And as you can see, again, for a two-wheel drive street dually that should never see the mud, it's a little muddy, right? Now, keep in mind this is also an open diff truck. So when the right side is in the mud, regardless if the left side isn't, when you hit the gas, all the traction goes to the path of least resistance, which means you don't have any traction. So I did what anybody in my situation would do. I thought, well, I have another vehicle on this property that'll pull this out. And I started calling people that I knew that had large trucks to pull a dually and a 38-foot race trailer out. And I decided, in my infinite wisdom, that I was going to run over and jump in the fiberglass body V8 CJ5 Jeep. Okay? Now let me just add a part to this story. This is not technically my Jeep. We're supposed to be buying it off a buddy of ours, and I said, let me take it during the late parts of the winter, work on it, make sure it runs good, make sure everything will restore up nice, and it'll be a good running Jeep, and then I'll decide to buy it. So I got to call him this morning and tell him I guess I'm buying a Jeep, because I decided to hook it up to a truck, the dually and the race trailer last night, and pull it out of the mud. I got close, guys. I moved it all the way off to the edge of the road. I'm talking like 5 or 6 feet. That doesn't sound like a lot, but I want you to think about a CJ5 Jeep pulling not only the weight of my truck, not only the weight of my truck, which is like double the size of the Jeep, but the weight of the trailer packed down with stuff. I'm talking water tanks full and everything, right? This old beast. Let's talk about this beast real quick, all right? I haven't showed you guys this old beast because I wasn't sure I was going to buy it. But you can see a big old V8 pulled out of a, I believe it's a 302, pulled out of a Ford Mustang. We got some power for a little fiberglass body. Metal hood, but fiberglass body, right? So I got to call him this morning and tell him that I suppose I'm buying a Jeep, because he tore the whole rear end off the Jeep. I bet you, I would put money on it, that if that rear end didn't let go on that Jeep, I could pull the truck all the way out. Because I was moving it. And I was moving it good. And I had her in 4-wheel lock on the lows. And we were moving until we weren't moving anymore. and as you can see, we're not moving anymore. We ripped the frame down the center. So we've clearly caused an issue here where we have physically torn the frame like in half. Like you can see where there used to be a pin that ran through the frame, and it tore straight out. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, first off, I'm a dumbass. I'm a dumbass for getting trailer stuck. I went a little too narrow on the beginning and a little too wide on the end, and we got her stuck. Got her stuck good. And then I'm a dumbass for breaking the Jeep. But it brings us to a better question. Yeah, or better. It brings us to a better statement. You kind of got to do what you got to do, right? So my little 2-wheel drive truck that should never see the mud now looks like it has gotten in a fight with the mud pit. And I would say it won, but it didn't, because I still had to call a buddy up and have him come pull me out. Man, I was not joking when I said that they just use this road. They literally are coming from one side of town going to the other, and they're just too lazy to like sit in 35. So what they do is they add all this distance, and it takes the exact same amount of time to drive across town going down our road or going through town. It actually takes longer to go down our road, and it's kind of irritating. But anyways, that's why I'm a dumbass today. I wanted to share that because we all do it. And I was gonna record a video yesterday, and then I got stuck, and it took me a few hours, and I was gonna record a video today, and I've just been so beat. My body hurts. I was out there with you know, orange reflective cones, which just goes to show that you really do need that kind of stuff, right? I would love to say I never need orange reflective cones, but boy, when you can't see the edge of this trailer and it's just a big red thing with nothing, it sure was nice. It made me think deeper into putting more lights down the back of this, down the side. Because the last thing I want, honestly, is somebody to clip the rear end of my trailer. I've had that with another trailer and it really pissed me off. So I think I'm going to put more lights down the side. You can see my go treads are just caked in mud. But, yeah, there's no good side to this story, alright? I'm a dumbass. I did a dumbass thing. It is kind of fun. Not really, it was stressful. It is the most stressed I've been in a long time. But I had to weigh in pros and cons. Do I break the couple $1,000 Jeep? Or do I let somebody smash into the expensive race trailer? And did I make the right decision? I'm going to say yes. It sucks. My buddy was completely understanding about it. He wasn't mad about it at all. Because it happens. You get in an emergency situation and you really got to do what you got to do. That's the way it is, right? You got to do what you got to do. You got to take care of your stuff. And it sucks. And it really does. But it's part of it. This is the reality of being a car guy. You want to know what it's like to be a car guy and own things and work on things and do the hustle that everyone talks about. This is it. It's about having backup plans for backup plans and pushing the limitations and finding out where they're at, right? So I wanted to share my story because, well, a lot of hours later, I broke some things, but I'm home and nothing got too badly broken, and no one else got hurt. That's the big one. You never want to be the reason that somebody driving down the road at 55, which I say they should be paying attention, but you never want to be the reason that they get injured. So, boy, it sucks, but it happens. So, I guess we'll be doing some repair videos on a Jeep soon. If you want to see some Jeep content, we broke the CJ5, so there'll be some videos on that. And other than that, just have a good day and build cool things and have fun.